It's done. There we go, man. There's the end of Mahouka, and you know what? It's a great last episode. I ain't even gonna lie. Really good last episode. That's why I hate to see it go, because it's like, they got to an arc where Madhouse could do their thing, and then it's just over. It just ends. And they were doing everything so right, and then it just ended, and it just leaves a place on Saturdays like, what do I do with my life now? Like, do I look forward to anything on Saturdays anymore? It's like Alden Noah's gone, it's like Mahouka's gone, and SAO is garbage. It's been garbage recently, so it's just like, hates to see this go. I'm gonna do a quick review over the episode, just point some things out. They actually paced this properly, so don't worry about the pacing. I don't think they really messed up on any explanations. They explained material burst, which is pretty much just like taking like one little particle and decomposing into like an atomic level, and you guys saw the result of that, which is Madhouse doing their thing. They didn't explain Kosadus, but that happened last episode, not this episode. I suggest go reading the novel for that, because that is essential to like Miyuki, but it's not necessarily essential to everything that we've seen, not in the show. It's not that essential to what we've seen in the show, but it is essential to Miyuki's development. Do you guys remember, I think it was the first, it was either the first or the second. I'm pretty sure it was the second one, though. When Tatsuya used Material Burst, and it was like the explosion happened. Did you guys notice how trashy, like, the things around the explosion looked like? The barrels, everything. It looked like I was maybe like watching Lucky Star or Nichijou or something. It was like something that was supposed to look funny, but it wasn't funny because it's Madhouse. Like, Madhouse, expect more than you from that. My God. But you know what? I can't blame them, because God, the budget put into this anime is like ridiculous. Like, Jesus Christ, they made it look good. Like the animation for like just even starting Material Burst looked like Jesus Christ. Like, we didn't really get to the Zugong part. Like, he appeared, they didn't really explain what happened. Not much happened other than negotiation. And you know what? Censors. None of them. Throughout most of the episode, there were rarely censors. They explained regrowth, so I am happy. That is the one thing that I'm happy that Madhouse started to do. They explained Mahouka, and that's what Mahouka needs. Mahouka explains a lot. It explains everything in the light novel. And for them to finally start explaining stuff now, I feel as if that was a good sign. Sadly, we will probably never get a season 2, because number one, it's not coming anytime soon. Number two, they're probably going to focus on Parasite, but they're open for a season 2. Because like, they did a good job with this last arc, and I don't know why you would necessarily not rush the last arc if you were just going to. I don't know. I don't understand the point of rushing the arcs before, like the 9 Schools arc, if you were just wanting to get to this arc, which is the better arc. But you need the development from the 9 Schools arc, and I think that's something that they screwed up on, Madhouse in general. So, final views on Mahouka. Now, this is going to be hard because I'm trying to compare, like, the light novel to this, but I want to try to compare this as a standalone. As a standalone, it's somewhere in the 7s. In my opinion. I think it's somewhere from like 7.5, maybe a high 7, like a 7.75. But I don't think it's too much. I don't think it's any higher than that. I mean, I could understand 8. I really don't agree with an 8. I don't agree, like, I could see anybody giving the anime like a 4. I don't necessarily agree with that after this arc. The characters are not bad. They just don't develop, and that is something in the light novel that happens. Every character really gets developed, and they're all fleshed out, and it's not as if like the characters in the show weren't interesting or anything, they just weren't developed. The plot, everybody knows. I think the entire thing about having magic putting to like scientific terms, I think it's actually really cool. It's a really cool concept in my opinion. The story got very jumbled in the 9 Schools arc, and there's a lot of things that really need to be explained, but they didn't necessarily. I think the whole point of this anime was not to advertise for the light novel. I think it was just to standalone wise, I think it was okay. I think it's just like, if you want more Mahouka, go read the light novel. Not like you need the light novel to know what's going on. That's what some people will say. But they do explain a lot of the stuff in this show. And I think it's the context in which they explain it. So I can't really judge that, because if you don't have a good vocabulary, you're not going to understand what they're talking about. But I don't expect them to make it sound like it's for stupid people. The thing is, though, at the beginning of the series, it was just like, they explained things in a way that was like only somebody with like a fucking IQ of like 500 could understand. And that's something that I did not like at the beginning of the show, but later on in the show, they ended up fixing that, so I do like that. I don't think there's too much to talk about, because, my god, can I just give, like, the presentation? I'm conflicted on giving it a 10, because it derped sometimes, but rarely. Like, very rarely. It looked fluid, it looked solid, it sounded great, the OST is, oh my god, it's so good. So, I honestly, my final score for Mahouka is a 7.25. That's as a standalone. Or actually, no, as a standalone, I think I'd give it a 7.5. As an adaptation, I'd give it a 7.25 or a 7. Mainly just because, that 9 Schools arc, my god, what did they do? I want to say this, though. I think everybody needs to go read the light novel. Not so you can understand what's going on, just because it's good. That's all. I just love the light novel. I'm a Mahouka tard now, and I'm just going to enjoy reading the light novel while I wait for the season 2 that will never come. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Hate to see this anime go, man. It sucks, because it's like, as soon as it got good, it just had to end. Deuces.